Obwohl es viel wichtigere Nachrichten gibt heute, Montag, den 9. September, möchte ich gern über den CDU-Politiker in, glaub, Sachsen kurz mal reden. Weil die haben sich mit einem, was heißt das, ein Streichelhandschuh gestreichelt gegen die Aufmarsch von der AfD. Also, that shows you we're winning. All right, we're winning. The CDU in Saxony is so, in Deutsch you would say fassungslos. They're so astounded and taken aback by the rise of the AfD that last month they were out there doing some sort of ritual in which they each, all of them got like a towel or a glove or something. There's a picture of it on the internet. And they were rubbing their faces with it to, I don't know, curse the AfD or, you know, make them immune to the AfD. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but what it shows you is these people are patently insane, right? They're insane. There's no other way to say it, right? The AfD is winning right now because these people are completely incompatible with reality, right? The AfD wants to make reasonable policies and politics for the average German person or the average citizen living in Germany, paying taxes, contributing to the country. That's all they really want to do, and yet they're being targeted as right-wing extremists and Nazis and the whole thing. And in order to ward them off, instead of the CDU finally getting their shit together and thinking, hey, maybe we should make better politics. Maybe we should stop letting ourselves be pulled over the table and fucked in the butt by a bunch of leftist ideologues. Maybe we should just go the course that the voter wants us to go. No, instead, they get together, right? And they let some fucking, I don't know, guru or woo-woo person come, and they all, on camera, rub their faces with this little fucking feel-good towel or whatever they got going. And that's supposed to help them, fight the AfD's rise. You know, there's been a couple of murders again this weekend by immigrants on Germans and other people. Basically, immigrants, mostly illegal immigrants, are committing the most violent crime in the country. And it's been an immense rise of violent crime here. And there's a lot to talk about, because, I mean, there's like at least 3 or 4 of them. One dude bit off somebody's finger in his car and then crashed the car into a bicyclist and killed him. I think the guy was Syrian, I'm not sure. Another person got stabbed on the street. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I could talk about those things over and over again, but really, I'm getting tired of that because, and this is going to sound hard, right? This is going to sound harsh, and I don't mean it like that, because I feel really bad for the people that lost loved ones. But everybody who saw this coming, right? Mostly the AfD people, mostly the AfD supporters, and people that live in reality said, don't vote for establishment parties, because even the CDU is captured by this EU bullshit and the leftist ideology, and they're afraid of Antifa, and they're not going to do anything meaningful about the immigration problem, right? And yet people overwhelmingly voted for them again, and this is what you get. Not only do you get completely leftist politics from a supposedly conservative right-wing politician, Friedrich Merz, right? Not only do you get that, but Friedrich Merz got on TV and said, we really should praise ourselves for our accomplishments in the last 4 months, because, hey, you know, if we don't talk about our accomplishments, nobody will. And we really did a great job on, you know, pushing back the immigration numbers. That's what he said on TV. The guy, I mean, They really think that they can get away with just saying shit and people going, oh, well, if he said it, it must be true. My eyes must be lying to me, right? They seem to forget about the internet. The internet has made that go away. The politicians can no longer lie their way into positions of power because the internet has basically destroyed that. That's why they're trying so hard to censor the internet, because they want to get control of the narrative again, because the fact is, the only way these people who are basically charlatans get in power and stay in power is because they have a willing accomplice in the media, and they used to have a completely captured media. There was no alternative media. There was no social media. There was no internet. There was no way for anybody in the world to just snap a picture of whatever's going on and post it. Everything they do and say now is being recorded and can be played back to them at any time. So their bullshit hypocrisy lying is not going to be the key to success anymore. They've been able to get away with that for decades. Internet ruined it for them. They don't seem to understand that yet. And so you get then Friedrich Merz going on TV saying, we've done a really great job in the immigration front here. I mean, let's come on, guys, pat us on the back for this. I mean, we're amazing. We're fucking amazing. Look at what we've done, which is absolutely nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. There have been, I mean, the murder rate and the violent crime rate is just going out of proportion because Friedrich Merz is in office. Because Friedrich Merz is a pussified loser who is too afraid to stand up not only to his coalition partner, which should be easy, but he's also afraid to stand up to Europe and to the EU and Brussels, which would be very hard for him. But, he is supposed to be representing our interests, not the EU and Brussels interests. But that's not how it works, right? So putting these people that are captured by this EU ideology, this leftism, this globalism in office, that's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get you right where you were or worse, which is what's happening now. So as much as I'm sorry for the people that are losing loved ones due to indiscriminate immigrant violence, right? And not violence against the immigrants, violence committed by the immigrants, right? Let's be clear. I'm very sorry. I think it's horrible. But people, it is time to get your heads out of your asses. Really, really. The next vote, I say it every video I do about Germany, the next time you can vote in a national election, if you do not vote the AfD in strong enough numbers that they have something to say, the country is over. Then start looking for another place to live, because it's basically done then. And you can tell how lost these people are by this fucking story about the CDU in Saxony that I started out with, where they pet their poor faces with a little weepy crybaby towel and they wish the AfD away. Yeah, if that's their strategy, good luck with that. But these are the people you're voting for. These are the people you've put into office that are going to take your fucking money and spend it on woo-woo petting towels for their faces so they can get on fucking TV or write an article about how worried they are that they're basically willing to Ouija board the AfD away. And it was a team building exercise. It made them all feel better. They got a safe space for the day where they could rub their poor little faces with a little towel. Oh, fuck these people. I mean, if a cent of my tax money went to this nonsense, nobody better ever tell me, right? Nobody better ever tell me. They better just lie to my face, right? Because I'm going to get so angry, it's going to be unreal, right? Because this is nonsense. This is madness, right? This is madness. These people are literally insane. And the reason why I say that is, your German bro, Einstein, said, insanity, the definition of insanity, is by doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. The CDU, globalist, leftist politicians, the establishment parties, are literally insane. These people are utter morons that shouldn't be anywhere near power over anything, right? They shouldn't run a daycare. They shouldn't run a fucking imbus. They shouldn't be anywhere near any power. They should be taking orders, not giving them. Absolutely not. These people, you have put the country in hands of people that are completely useless. And it is unacceptable that it continue. And the next time the vote comes, people, really, this really is going to be the last chance. I'm pretty sure of it. You know what I mean? Of course, I can't see the future, but boy, we can look at the direction this country is going and see that if somebody with common sense, realistic attitude, and a backbone doesn't get in power soon, this country is headed off a cliff, 100%, right? So let's remember that and vote the AfD in. No matter what any of the media says, no matter what your family says, no matter what anybody says, you've got to vote for your interests. And none of the establishment parties out there right now are doing anything in your interest. Absolutely not. Even the people that think that they are, they're really not, right? The people that think that the establishment parties are working in their interest are people that are insulated from the policies that the establishment parties put out there, right? So they're not suffering the consequences of the policies being made. So they think that the CDU is a raving success because they still believe that when Friedrich Merz gets on TV and says, we did it, we pushed back the immigration numbers, amazing, come, douse us in flowers and love. They believe that shit because they're not confronted with their kids getting stabbed on a subway or being run over by a car at a Christmas market, right? They're not suffering the consequences. But there's not many of those people left because the consequences are spreading everywhere. And everybody sees it. Nobody can fucking deny it. Nobody can lie their way out of it. It's fucking happening. It's happening. So, really, if you Germans do not vote for the AfD next election, which will hopefully come sooner than later, then the results of what's going to happen in this country is on your hands. I'm sorry to say it. Then whatever you get, you deserve it. Really. Whatever you get, you deserve it. So let's remember that. This is about the continuing existence of Germany and the people in it. And that's what it's going to be about. So remember to do that, people. Don't rub your face with a little wee fucking crybaby towel in a safe space like a little pussy. No. Get up there, start making decisions, and start making the right decisions. That's what you got to do. That's it for me for today on the 9th of September, 2025. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.